I'm Hava Schultz, and today's about 5 ways to celebrate Thanksgiving when you're away from home. For the first time ever, I'll be away from home this holiday season, and it got me thinking that there are a lot of people out there who don't go home for the holidays, whether it's a work commitment or a financial barrier or some other reason that I can't think of right now. For me, I'm working at Disney World in Orlando, Florida, but I'm from Houston, Texas, so I'm 1,000 miles away. I can't just drive home for the day. But that doesn't mean that I have to sacrifice those wholesome feelings I get on this week every other year. So I've come up with 5 ways I can still celebrate and get in the spirit even though I'm away from home this year. So join me if you need a little spirit or you're away from home, and maybe you'll take some of these tips with you. 1. Thankful letters. Thanksgiving is a time to reflect on what we are grateful for in our lives and to spend time with the people we love. And for me, that means family. So this year, I fused those 2 themes together and I wrote letters to appreciate the people that I really care about. I wrote a card for my boyfriend and I wrote postcards to my dad, my mom, and my sister. And it's easy to just let them pass through my mind day to day, and I text them on the daily. But a handwritten note has a real personal touch, and it requires me to go out of my way in order to do it. I have to buy the cards, the stamps, and then of course I have to mail them. Sending a little bit of snail mail is just an old-fashioned, fun way to reach out, and it really doesn't make much sense when we're together. 2. Bake a pie. For most people, Thanksgiving includes a traditional meal around a lunch or dinner table. I'm not much of a cook, and being on my own, I certainly don't want Thanksgiving dishes for every meal for the next week, and I also don't want to waste food. Those are pretty compelling reasons to just skip the meal thing. But the meal is a big part of my Thanksgiving every other year, so I came up with a dish that I could make that's easy, I've made it before, and I will not have to worry about leftovers, because pie is just too good to have leftovers. So I baked the pumpkin pie, I got a Libby can and I followed the instructions on the can, popped it in the oven, and in about an hour, it was ready to enjoy. 3. Enjoy the weather. Thanksgiving takes place on the 4th Thursday of every November, and that means it's going to be chilly. I love sweaters. So another great way to bring in the Thanksgiving vibes is to throw on a cozy sweater and go take a walk in the crisp, chilly air. Note, if you are in a warm, humid climate, such as Orlando, Florida, for example, you may have to amp up your imagination skills and do a little bit of pretending while you're on your walk. But for the first time since I arrived, I just went out wearing a sweater and I took a stroll around the complex. And I played around a little bit, hoping I didn't embarrass myself too much, and I just had fun. And I also discovered a bunch of beautiful nature in this complex. I was even inspired to take a few pictures. So eventually I had to shed the sweater because it is really hot here. But I still got in the spirit, had some fun, and felt like fall. 4. Create an ambiance. After you've had your fun walking in the cold, it's time to go inside and enjoy a relaxing ambiance. Picture this. Sitting around the fireplace, playing games, chatting with family, sipping on hot cocoa or cider next to some glowing candles. Obviously, I could not replicate that exactly this year, but I think I did a pretty good job coming pretty close to it. I went ahead and found a fireplace online so I could put that on my laptop, and I got some electric candles from the dollar store. I heated up some hot cider, popped some popcorn, and I sat there. I sipped and snacked. I wrote in my journal. I even threw on a sweatshirt for extra coziness. But to be honest with you, I did get a little bit lonely at one point, and I found myself hugging my teddy bear. And I think in the future, maybe I would shorten this activity or call my family so that I can talk to them while I enjoy the ambiance. That said, it was actually really relaxing and I actually almost fell asleep. 5. Plan Black Friday shopping. The final way I decided to celebrate this time of year is to plan my Black Friday shopping. I love shopping. I love clothes. So you know exactly what I'll be doing November 23rd before work. I planned out where I want to go and what I want to keep in mind as I look around, what my budget will be, and what time I have to do it. So yeah, I'm not home for Thanksgiving this year, but I'm learning how to have fun on my own, and I'm coming up with creative ways to celebrate that make me happy. I would love to hear about your Thanksgiving plans in the comments below, but until then, thanks for watching. Click here to watch another video, click here to subscribe, and click the little bell to be notified for future videos.